Club at 22, the Rangers podcast, is supported by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with code Club at 22. Your balls will thank you.
Hello everyone and welcome to Club Reaction to a rather disappointing 1-1 draw in Dundee. I am your host Scott Carney and I'm joined by Ali Pearson. Ali, I asked you after the Dortmund game, mate, the most stupid question in the world, and this one's probably just as stupid, but how are you, mate?
Oh, I'm brilliant. No. I said to you off camera before the Dortmund game, and I didn't want to say it on camera to bring the mood down, but I said it would just be Rangers to go up to Tannadice and drop points. And there we go. No, I'm not even surprised by it, which is the sad thing about it. I'm not surprised by it, but obviously we'll get into what happened.
We will get into it, mate. It's the most Rangers thing to do. It really is. Ryan Haymarsh, how are you, mate?
Aye, shite. It's definitely. I'm definitely the same as Ali. I had a feeling that this would happen. This team have a history of it. Obviously, we're going to get into it, but I'll possibly take a drive up to yours after this podcast, mate, and get some of the painkillers off you. I think that's the stage I'm at.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about being on very strong painkillers. It's hard for your mood to drop. Look, so much just was wrong today. And it's not really, it's maybe that's harsh, but it's because it's obviously we're just after the final whistle, but the feeling around it all, before we break into the game, it's Rangers were in top that entire game for about a 5-minute spell from the 5-minute spell that Dundee United scored. Apart from that, Rangers were complete control of that. But just a lack of cutting edge, really, today, for whatever reason, just it's cost us big time. And our unbelievable fucking terrible run of not being able to defend a corner just carries on. It really does. Seen a stat before I come on. Out of the last 12 points available from away games, we've only got 4. You're not going to win leagues doing that. It's a disappointing one, that after the high we had of Thursday night. We'll go into the team. It was a big call from Gio today, not to do more rotation, I think. But again, you've got to back that, and I was pretty happy when I seen the team. One change from the game on Thursday night with Hollander coming in for Barisic. So McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Hollander, Bassey, Lundstrom, Jack, Arfield, Aribo, Kent and Morelos. Obviously no Ramsey on the bench. The club said on a tweet underneath the team post that they put up that Ramsey had a minor knock, so did Balogun, but they would be back in training this week. So Ali, your thoughts on the team? Were you shocked to see a lack of rotation?
I was surprised. I know we kind of said on the club preview, yeah, we'd like to play the same team again, but we all realistically went, well, if they put a hard shift in Dortmund and they play a couple of days later, I fully expected changes. I expected maybe Kamara to come in. I expected Arfield to drop out. I thought Arfield was blowing out his arse on Thursday night, and he continued to be blowing out his arse today. So I thought, yeah, you look back on it, Gio, and I think he got it wrong, to be honest. He got the team wrong. Yeah, folk can say, you want to continue with a winning team, but from what we put in at Dortmund to playing Sunday again, it's too short a turnaround for me, and yeah, I think he got it wrong.
Possibly. I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but that's what we're doing. And as football fans, we live off hindsight, really. And I would tend to go along with that. I was definitely shocked that we didn't see more rotation. However, when I seen the team, I was very happy with how strong the team was. I thought that's a really good team. And it kind of gave me a wee bit of confidence because I thought they must be fit enough. They must be ready for this. They must all be absolutely up for it, or else Gio would have made changes. Ryan, your thoughts on the start 11 today?
I was happy. I was happy with the lineup. I was happy that he had gone with the same team. I always think momentum is a big thing, and if you've had a big result like that, then just keep the settled team together, keep them while the confidence is high. So I was happy with the team. Yeah, in hindsight, Hollander does not look, despite our comments after the Annan game, does not look anywhere near match sharp. I did stupidly have a look on Twitter, which I very rarely do during the Rangers game, but I seen somebody saying Hollander's shite. Guy's not played for months. He's played once against Annan. He didn't have a good game today. He wasn't the right selection, but the management team got it wrong. These things happen sometimes. He wasn't the sole reason why we dropped points today.
Agreed. I do, however, think that he played a massive part in it today. I'm not going to sit here and say Hollander's shite. Obviously, I'm not that too. We don't knee-jerk that much on this pod. Sometimes we do, but it's not. We don't do that much of a knee-jerk reaction. But Hollander was poor today. I mean, particularly poor. I don't think he won his battle at all at any point today. He looked like Bambi on ice, and that's sometimes his style with Hollander, yes, but today, no, it wasn't near it. So in terms of that, for sure, I think Gio's got that wrong. He should have stuck with what the team was on Thursday night. Again, hindsight's a wonderful thing. We'll jump into the game. Rangers start well. The difference again with Jack and Lundstrom in the middle of the park was pretty clear to see early on. Lundstrom was kind of picking up the ball from the defenders, and Jack was always there when things were getting a bit tight to receive it. And then first time pass to relieve the pressure. Alfredo also started quite well. He faded through the game. We'll welcome on to him. And so did Kent. Kent looked really dangerous. And we dominated the ball really in the first 10. A massive shout for a penalty. The ball travels some distance and strikes a United player on the arm. Ryan, I'll come to you first. This is a penalty.
I think some referees will give it, some won't. When I say some referees will give it, I mean any referee outside Scotland will give it. It's a penalty. His arm's up. You know, it's a penalty. I don't really know what else to say. And I kind of burst out laughing when it wasn't given. Obviously, I'm a bit more angry about it now, but it's a penalty. I genuinely don't know what else to say about it. But there was a few decisions during that game. Madden just got it wrong, and it's just the referees are shocking just now. They are not why we're dropping points, but it's really not helping at the moment. It's very frustrating the standard a referee, and we are seeing and the lack of help they're getting. The linesman's not interested in getting involved either. So it is a penalty, Scott, for me.
And I'm not going to sit here and blame the referee today for Rangers dropping points. It's not his fault, but he definitely didn't help matters. So that's before all the moon howlers that will inevitably tune in to watch us today will try and batter us. But I don't think it was the referee's fault. However, Ali, it's a penalty. It just is a penalty.
Stonewaller. There's Ryan's dad in the background there. It's a Stonewaller. Even Andy Walker said it was a penalty. And if Andy Walker's saying it's a penalty, it's a penalty. Especially if it's for Rangers. I don't know what else. Derek McInnes actually said at half-time it wasn't a penalty, but he said he didn't really know the rule. So, which I don't understand, because he was a football manager, so he should know the rule. But that's maybe why he's sacked, to be honest. But it's a Stonewaller. But there was a lot of decisions. Well, obviously, you'll come on to another penalty decision, which was Stonewaller. But I'm same as you, Carney. Today isn't to do with Bobby Madden. Bobby Madden did not lose us the game. He didn't help with some decisions, but he didn't lose Rangers the game at all. It was ourselves.
Yeah, again, the whole consistency thing came in again for me today with Madden. Some of the fouls that he was giving him booking players for, I was agreeing with, and then the same foul would happen again and he wouldn't do anything, and you're like, there's just no consistency with it. It's very frustrating to watch. Bobby Madden's poor. I don't think he is the worst. I generally don't. I don't think he is the worst, but in any other league, as Ryan said, that is a penalty. No great doubt about it. We then fail to capitalise on a good break forward by Kent. And he plays it through to Arfield, but again, Arfield decides to try and do an extra pass to Morelos instead of shooting. Should definitely be taking a shot here, but we were by far looking the more dangerous of the two teams. And apart from a Tav free kick and a shot that went over the bar from the edge of the box from Tav as well, we didn't really have a clear-cut chance, really. It hadn't really fell for us yet, but in terms of the first 20 minutes, I was just thinking, right, this is a game of patience now. We just have to take our time and continue what we're doing. And after the 20-minute mark, Dundee United just got a bit of confidence. I don't know whether it was because we hadn't capitalised on any chance. We hadn't really tested their keeper at all. And I think they got a wee bit of confidence from it. A bit of calamity defending then happens from Rangers, which nearly allows United to take the lead about the 23rd, 24th minute. Tav does enough with an outstretched leg to deflect the corner to deflect it wide for a corner. And then on the 29th minute, United take the lead from a corner. The ball comes in, it's a simple ball into the box. It's a decent cross, no doubt about it. Hollander is completely beat by his man. He's not even close to winning that battle to get up for that header. And Ali, it is point blank range. Nothing McGregor can do. And again, we just fail to defend corners and give United the easiest of leads, which plays right into their hands.
Yeah, there was warning signs before it. Dundee United had a wee flurry of corners just before it, and every time somebody lumps a ball into our box from a corner, set piece, whatever it is, I'll be honest, I shit myself. And I have the whole of this season because we're vulnerable. Teams must know we're vulnerable because they know. Hollander doesn't cover himself in glory at all. He didn't look match sharp at all today, Hollander, but we've got to deal with balls like that. And as soon as you give a team like Dundee United a goal of a start, it's a mountain to climb because you know they're just going to sit in and defend for their lives, and that's what they did the whole game, Dundee United. And you can't criticise Dundee United because if Dundee United come out and try and play against us, yeah, we'll pick them off and win the game. So, yeah, I know folk will have a mump and groan that Dundee to just sit and park a couple of buses, but they're entitled to do that. And it's scandalous, but we've done it too many times this season, Rangers, and this isn't new at all.
No, it isn't. Ali's spot on there, Ryan. I don't particularly agree with that style of football that teams tend to take against Rangers and probably Celtic when they come to town. They just decide to defend as much as they can. It's not very attractive. I don't think it's particularly good for the game. But however, it's a tactic, and it's a tactic that teams are going to use against Rangers and Celtic. So we have to overcome that. But to not defend a corner and to give them something to hold on to, it's just criminal.
So what I was going to use, criminal, is exactly what it is. And Dundee United, to their credit, played 4 corner kicks all day today. I noticed it putting the ball up the channel, try and get it in there and get a corner off it. And I'm the same as Ali and probably the same as yourself. Every single time we concede a corner, whether it's away or home, I am shiting myself. I'm shiting myself. And we've got big players who can win headers. So there's something not right there. Hollander's a big boy. Colson's a big boy. Bassey, Lundstrom, I could go on. We've got a big team. And I'm shiting myself at corners. And I think they are as well. I think when we concede a corner, I think you can see the vulnerability in our players. We could dip into corners that we have conceded goals from where McGregor doesn't come from it. He doesn't come off his line or come out to punch balls at corner kicks. It's a thing. He doesn't do it, and our players are not winning the ball first. But Hollander, obviously, I gave him a wee bit of leeway at the beginning of the pod because he's not played a lot of football, but that's nothing to do with his fitness or his match sharpness. It's just poor defending from him. Mm-hmm. He's got it all wrong, and yeah, we conceded and put ourselves in a horrendous position going down 1-0 at that point in the game because we were the better team. They were doing nothing basically, and we've put ourselves on the back foot with that, losing that goal.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a collective of things that are going wrong with us when we're defending corners. Hollander does just get it completely wrong. He reads the ball wrong. He reads the jump wrong, and the defender gets a jump on him, and it's just poor defending. However, as I say, even elaborating a wee bit more on our defensive corners, and I hate to I'm not trying to drag Alan McGregor under the bus here. I'm really not, but he never comes for a ball. So that's another element of defending the corners that we don't have. So the defenders have to win that ball because McGregor isn't coming for that. Even if it's a ball that you think McGregor should, he won't. He will stay there. And I'm not putting any blame on McGregor. It's what he is. The club are well aware, the coaching staff, the managers, us as fans are all very well aware that that's what McGregor does. But that's another thing that adds to it. So it's so imperative that our 2 centre-backs at least read the ball correctly and win your battle, and Hollander failed to do that for that one. It was very, very poor, and it just gives United plays straight into their hands. I don't think Rangers were particularly poor. Maybe not enough cutting edge, yes, but I thought some of the passing moves that we were doing, some of the attempts that we were trying were great. We were trying to get at them as much as we could, but there was just a lack of the final ball. Just wasn't quite there today. For the first half, particularly as well, because 0 shots we ended that half with, which isn't. I mean, it's just 0 shots on target, which is just not good enough. It really isn't. Not against a back 10. United get 3 bookings in 8 minutes as they try to hold on to a Rangers player every time they run past them. We were applying pressure, but no great chances. Morelos is then booked as his frustration comes out. Clearly, the United players were getting to him a wee bit, but whether you agree with it's a booking or not, Alfredo should just stay out of anything to do with that. Don't get involved in handbags, because Bobby Madden's booked 3 or 4 United players. He's desperate to book a Rangers player, and Morelos just gives him the opportunity to do so. I'm not saying it's correct, because I don't think it was a booking. I don't think there was anything in it. I think it was just Bobby Madden wanting to book Morelos. But and it's wrong saying that Morelos should stay out of it because of the standard of Scottish refereeing, but read the room. Do you know what I mean? Like, realise what's going on here. Madden's desperate to book a Rangers player. But yeah, we have a free kick at the end of the half, but again, it's off the wall and it's half time. Ali, you were maybe more disappointed than I was at half time. Spoke to you in the group chat, mate. I still thought we had enough. I thought the team had enough in it to turn this game around. So, what were your thoughts at half time? You ready for ripping up the rule book, mate, and getting about five subs on?
No, I was frustrated in the first half because Rangers controlled the whole game. We gave a stupid goal away, which we've covered there, which isn't ideal, but we controlled the whole game without really doing much, to be honest. I thought we huffed and puffed. I thought we took too many touches at points. For some reason today, we weren't shooting from outside the box, as if they were told not to shoot from outside the box today, which was frustrating the hell out of me. And I would have whipped Arfield off for Sakala at half-time. I thought Arfield was blown. I said at the Dortmund game, I thought he was blown. So I was surprised that he started Arfield. But if I'm being really honest, at half-time, I know you're more optimistic than me, Carney. I'm more of a glass half empty, to be honest. But in my heart of hearts, I knew we weren't winning today. I honestly thought the best we were going to get was a draw. I just had a feel about it. And I've been here with Rangers before. I've seen games like this. And yeah, Rangers played really well the second half, which we'll come on to. But at half-time, I felt it's not going to be our day. I really did. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I felt. That's me being honest.
No, mate, that's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, Ryan. Whose camp you in? Mine or Ali's?
I thought if we got a goal, no matter what the time of it, I felt we would have enough to get a win. I did. However, because of how poor we were, I think you've sugarcoated a wee bit that first half. I know you said we didn't create anything, but I don't think that's good enough. I think that first half performance we dominated the ball, but when you have so much of the ball, you need to be creating chances. You need to be taking chances. You need to be brave on the ball and create chances. And to have all that possession in the first half and create 0 chances, that's happened a lot this season, and it's the reason why we are trailing them at the moment. We are not creating enough. And it did feel like that's where I think Rangers lost the points today, was that first half. But at half-time, I did think if we score a goal, I know we can do it. I know that we've seen it before, and I like that Gio does make his changes earlier than the previous regime. So I thought if we can get a goal, we could kick on. So, but yes, I was wrong, unfortunately.
Maybe I was sugarcoating it. I'm happy to take that one in the chin, but I was just trying to be optimistic about it. Maybe because I have seen this movie too many times, and surely watching the movie again for the upteenth time, I was thinking maybe the ending's different. Just maybe the ending is different this time round. So, but right, we'll get into the second half. So from the start of the second half, for the first 5 minutes, Rangers were shocking. I mean, absolute garbage. We didn't do anything. We didn't pass the ball correctly. We didn't control the ball. It reminded me of, see when a snooker player's doing like a decent break in snooker, but he can't quite get control of the cue ball. That's what it reminded me of. It felt like everything was an effort for that first 5 minutes or so. Didn't think we started well at all. The shot to cross thing from Scott Arfield, I have got no idea what that is. Honestly, I've not got a clue whether he's thought, I'll do both here. Very, very confusing, and that was pretty much the end of him. Just before that, though, United were unlucky not to get another one. This time Goldson was caught out. Well, across, his man beats him to the ball and it brings out a save of McGregor. Comfortable enough for McGregor, yes, but still warning signs were there. And again, every time but the ball was going to run near Hollander, he didn't win his battle. The boy was at least winning a corner or beating him to the ball. Just a really poor day for Hollander for me. And then, so 57 minutes, Arfield comes off and Sakala comes on, and Aribo's denied a header just after this, a great save by a United keeper. And I was thinking to myself, how has Sakala not turned that in? But on the replay, Ryan, I'll come back to you. It is another stonewall penalty. And if he gives that penalty, it's a red card as well because he's not attempting to win the ball. VAR, anyone?
VAR, yeah. I'm starting to come round to it, especially after Thursday. I've not seen the replay in terms of Madden's position on it. I don't know what his view on it was, but yeah, it's a penalty. It's been missed.
Even at that, what's the linesman doing? What's the linesman watching? If he's watching the ball, what is he looking at? Because he's got the perfect view to see that shot getting pulled back. It's carry on. Sorry, Ryan.
The linesmen are the guy in the office who's happy just to turn up, log in, read his emails, eat his sandwiches, and get up the road. He's not interested in helping you out, you know. He's that guy, and that's what the linesmen are doing. They're happy just to get their £100 and get up the road. So, it's very frustrating, but it is another one that's been missed, and the Rangers players will be frustrated. It's annoying me we're talking about referees again. It is, but it has to be highlighted. We would be sugarcoating it, to use that term. We would be sugarcoating the referee's performance if we didn't mention it. He's missed another one today, and that one's a penalty for me as well, Carney. I totally agree.
Yeah, Ali, I know we are talking about refs again. It is important though. Obviously, a penalty is not a given goal. Still have to score them, but we would have had 2 to score from today. I would fancy to have to take at least one of them.
Yeah, I was having a go at Sakala in terms of, I was like, how's he missed that? And then obviously looked back in the replay and went, fuck, that's a stonewall penalty. And Ryan's right. The linesmen don't want to get involved. They don't want to have the grief of giving us a penalty, or they don't want that. So they'll just give the responsibility to the referee. And I don't know what the referee's view of it was, but it's a stonewall penalty again. And yeah, we talk about referees every week in this podcast. I'm sick of it. In fact, to be fair, I was at Tony Glen yesterday before the Legends game, and there was a kind of junior game on before, and a referee gave a penalty to one of the teams, and the guy actually won the ball. It was never a penalty in my eyes, and I actually found myself getting annoyed at this referee, and the game had nothing to do with me, absolutely nothing to do with me, but I was getting annoyed because I think that's what referees have done to me in the last few games. It's just the standard of refereeing all over Scotland is not very good.
No, not very good, just putting it politely, mate. We'll move on from that. From this point on, Rangers completely dominate the rest of the half. Sakala makes a massive difference when he comes on. He really does. His impact is clear for us all to see. Sakala and Aribo link up well down the right-hand side. Comes across goal, but Morelos just can't get enough on it to put it away. United survive that one. Morelos again can't get the ball in the net as Sakala drives the ball into the box. Morelos tries to get something on it, but again, the United keeper is there to deny him. At this point, Ali, I was beginning to think this is going to be one of these days.
Yeah. I thought Rangers, once Sakala came on, I thought you saw a difference in Rangers. I thought we were more direct. There was more pace down that right-hand side as well. I just thought we looked more threatening. But yeah, a lot of these balls into the box, Dundee United players flinging themselves in front. Their goalkeeper was having one of the days as well. It just wasn't his fault, Alfie, and same as yourself. I thought it's not going to be a hard day. I was actually surprised we actually scored, to be honest, because the amount of chances that we kind of had that were just inches away for one of our players. was unbelievable today. But yeah, I had the same feeling, to be honest. I just thought, no, it's not our day at all.
Yeah, I think that was probably cemented in our thoughts, Ryan, when Kent probably does the best Rangers move of the game, completely turns the Dundee United player inside out, breaks away, gets himself into the box, hits it looks like a shot come cross. Again, I'm not 100% sure if he's trying to shoot, but even at that, Morelos is about half a foot away from getting on the end of it. And yeah, at this point, I think we were all in the boat of, no, it's not happening today.
Yeah, there was quite a few instances of it, just the ball just not dropping for our players, or just being that inch away from getting a goal. Yeah, it just the more that went on, the more I've got to say I was in Ali's camp thinking, yeah, this isn't happening for us today. Even if we get a goal, it's just not falling for us for whatever reason it would be. But yeah, it was starting to become more and more frustrating as the game went on, not just because of the score, just because of the way our play was going, because we were dominant on the ball again. And as Ali said, we were a lot more direct when Sakala come on. We looked as if we were having a go, but you know when it's not your day, you know just the way things are playing out, the penalty not getting given, and yeah, it started materialising the way you thought it would.
Yeah, we have another, on the 73rd minute, we make another change. Diallo comes on for Hollander, with Lundstrom dropping a bit deep. Can see what Gio was trying to do here. I understand what he was doing, because United were not coming up the park. They were quite happy to get the ball and just put it as far away from their goal as they could. Not really interested in playing any sort of football, more than happy to try and hold on. We've said before, is quite rightly their right to do so. Another goal mouth chance for Rangers again. It doesn't quite fall right for Morelos or Goldson, and United managed to survive yet again. And finally, Rangers square the game. Kent, great work down the left-hand side, slips in Bassey with a pass between the two defenders. He picks out the on-rushing Aribo, and your man Aribo fires it home, Ali. At this point, I got a wee bit optimistic again, and I thought, right, still 15 minutes to go. Great finish. We've broke it now. They know we can score. Let's get after them.
Yeah, it was a great goal. I thought Big Bassey actually played quite well today, to be honest.
Yeah.
Good pull back, and there's Joe Aribo lashing into the back of the net. And yeah, at that point, I know I wasn't very optimistic at the half time and even during that second half, but at that point, you're going, it's one each, 15 minutes to go. We've got our tails up here. Sakala's on the park, Diallo's on the park. We'll obviously come on to Diallo later on, because I was not very happy with Diallo.
Surprise.
Yeah, well, I think I've got a bit of, I've got a reason why, but yeah, we had more creativity in the park. Dundee United were blowing. They were sitting deeper and deeper, Dundee United. I thought, yeah, 15 minutes to go. Yeah, there's time definitely to get a second here.
Yeah, Bassey does superb here, Ryan, just to pick out Aribo, and it's a tidy finish.
Yeah, it's a brilliant finish for Aribo, and Ali won't like this, but I think Aribo needed that, because I wasn't overly impressed with Aribo today, I've got to say. I thought he was safe. I thought he was safe today when we didn't need safe. I needed Aribo to grab the ball and be the man that steps up, and well, he did eventually when he scored the goal, but I think he needed that today. That's where I want Aribo. I want him up the pitch. I don't want him defensive mid. I want him up the pitch. He's probably one of our more creative players, and he can't get the ball off him at times. But yeah, in terms of the goal, what a finish. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I also share the frustrations of Diallo. I've been banging the drum about him. I know we're going to come on to him. But yes, but Aribo's goal was brilliant. And I also, same as you, thought, I turned to my old man and I said, we'll score again.
Yes, I said the same thing to my missus, who's lying on her phone looking at me like I couldn't care less. She really couldn't. She couldn't care less. And yeah, at that point I was thinking, right, we'll get ourselves another chance. Before we come on to speak about Diallo, if you wanted to see a move, a chance in this game that summed up today, was the chip ball from Aribo to Diallo that he heads at the keeper, that the keeper saves, and then bounces off the United defender and hits the post, and they finally clear it away. Yes, it was offside. However, the linesman has guessed that. Have you seen the still shot? He is about an inch, at very most an inch offside. So with the speed that Diallo moves, he's guessed that and he's got it right. Fair play to him. He's got it right. I'm not having a criticism. But that, for me, I was like, that has summed up our day right there. Like, that absolutely has summed up our day. Well, then, yeah, this is probably the bit that we'll speak about with Diallo. He kind of gives up on a ball at one point as well, which is quite strange. He was about 2 yards offside and he just gave up on it, like as Tav played him through. Again, play the whistle. Really, really frustrated at that. I found it very, very strange. I hope that that's not an attitude thing because the ball wasn't played right at his feet. I really do hope that. I don't think it was. I think he thought he was offside. Obviously, he wasn't. But then a break forward. Diallo is clear through. He somehow manages to hit the post and then disappears over the advertising boards. Ali, he has to score here. And see if he doesn't, fancy the shot. Sakala was on for the square ball for a tap-in. This should have won us the game.
Yeah, that was the chance to win it. And when he missed it, that's when I thought, no, definitely isn't our day today at all. But just touching on Diallo, I know he's hardly played for us. He had that cameo at Ross County where he looked really good. But see when he's shy with that challenge today, that annoyed me. It really annoyed me. See if he doesn't want to be here, don't be here. Go back. This sounds really harsh, by the way, but go back to Man United because we don't need players up here that are going to shout at challenges. And I know he's a winger and everything, and he's quite a wee guy in that, but I just thought his attitude today when he came on the park wasn't what I want from a Rangers player. I wanted him to come on the park and show what he's about. We know he's got ability. We've seen it. I want him to drive it at their fullbacks and show the trickery he's got. And I don't think he showed it at all today. He really didn't. I know he had that busting goal, but I thought every time he got the ball, he would just give it to somebody else. I just thought, and it might be really harsh on him today, I just didn't like his attitude in the park today. I really didn't. And it's not what we needed at one each.
Ryan, Ali is probably correct. Look, he's not Ryan Jack, he's not Lundstrom, he's not going to fling himself into a tackle. However, today was not the day to show that. I mean, he just completely chucks the tackle. He doesn't even think about making the tackle. And obviously the chance, it's you have to score or you have to square that. That was the chance.
When he's busting through in goal, I thought you really need this. If you score, the place is going to go daft for that song. We're winning, blah, blah, blah. When he missed it, I didn't even notice Sakala. To be honest, I didn't notice he was for the square pass. And then I seen the replay. So he's had a shocker with that. I can handle that. I can handle players missing chances. I can. Or making the wrong decision. See, when there's a lack of commitment, it's the most frustrating thing as a fan because I'd walk over broken glass to have a 10-minute appearance in that shirt when we're drawing one each and looking for a win. And he looked as if, and this is why he's up here, he looked as if he's not interested in any sort of tackling. And he's a winger. I know that. You've still got to put your foot in. You've still got to have some sort of... He just didn't look interested, and I really hope somebody grabs him, whether it's Arfielder, and just says, nah, you'll not get away with that up here, son. Like, that's not... Never are you getting away with that here. And maybe that's why he's been on the bench, because I've been quite surprised to see him on the bench. And maybe they're seeing that in training. Maybe they're seeing he's just not committed to the challenge, because you won't. In Scottish football, you ain't getting away with that. We know that. You need to be able to win challenges and put your foot in and win your battles. And it's not. You're not going to get the pretty game. You're not going to get that up here. So that's maybe why he's been on the bench. But yeah, he needs a... It doesn't matter what age he is, he needs a reality check quickly from somebody, because that is not good enough. I don't want to see him playing. I don't want to see that from any Rangers player at all.
I couldn't agree more. Not the day to be doing that. If you're 3-0 up, maybe you'll get away with it. But when you're chasing a game and you do that, no, you will not get away with that. I really didn't like it, and I'm pretty sure we won't be the only ones to say so. I can't stand that. I really can't stand that. And I don't even think it was like the United player wasn't flying in. It wasn't as if it was going to be a crunching one. You just didn't tackle. I can't. You didn't battle for a ball. I'm not. I won't forgive things like that. I really won't. Anyway, we'll move on. Not that we've got very much left to speak about. Kent was wave after wave from Rangers attack. Again, United really just holding on now to try and get a draw. Sakala fires one over the bar. Kent fires one wide. Again, great work by Ryan Kent. I thought Kent was good today. I thought he was probably the best Rangers player on the park. I thought he looked dangerous. He can't do it all himself. He needs help, and a lot of players didn't step forward for him. Diallo then sends a good crossover for Sakala, who tried to get his head on it. Bit of a coming together. Somehow Madden sees this as a free kick for United. If anything, Sakala got punched in the face, but never mind. Both of them are a wee bit of a bloody nose at this point. Then Sakala flashes a crossover that strikes the top of the bar. It's just during the 5 minutes of added on time, but the chance just wasn't falling. And it's full time. Dundee United 1, Rangers 1. Drop points from Rangers in a game where we should win for the dominance that we showed. But Ali, this is disappointing to say the least.
Yeah. After that Celtic result, we've came back and we've shown in the last 3 games, obviously including Dortmund as well. But no, it wasn't good enough. We can't just turn up in games after 60 minutes. Because that's what happened today. The last 30 minutes, Rangers were really good. I know we couldn't put the ball in the bag. We scored 1, but we had umpteen chances and we were unlucky, to be fair. But we were good in the last 30 minutes. But we can't wait to give them a goal and then start as of 60 minutes, because you'll get caught out, and we've been caught out again. We've been caught out Pataudry. I don't know what the stat you said before, Karen, in terms of away games recently, but it's not good enough. And you can't win titles doing that form at all. And it shifts momentum to the other side of the city again. They must be thinking it's Christmas, because we're just gift wrapping a league title to them at the moment. We've just not put the bow on it yet. But we're one, I would say, we're probably one other result like today away from putting the bow on the league title for them. That's me being realistic about it, because from being 6 points ahead before the winter break to where we are now, it's not good enough, and you can't win league titles doing that.
Yeah, I do agree. I don't quite think I'm at the point yet where I think that we're gifting it to them. However, we are handing them momentum right now, and we're continuing to do so with just stupid results like this. Again, not defending a corner today has cost us 2 points, and that isn't good enough, Ryan.
No, it's not, and it goes hand in hand with the 45 minutes of not creating a chance. Carney, it's
true.
It's not good enough. It's at both ends. The quality's not good enough, and unfortunately, Rangers have been consistent this season at doing that, going long periods of games without creating chances, and then conceding goals from corners with poor defending. It is a consistent theme, and it will hand them the title if it doesn't change. It will, and I know people don't want to hear it, but it will hand them the title. And I am the same as Ali, and I think that we are literally away a couple of games at most from putting a bow on this, because I just don't see the Rangers players changing that if they don't stop this. If they don't stop this bad defending, and that's we're hemorrhaging points, Carney. There's no getting away from it. We did the bounce back from Celtic, the Celtic game with the Hearts result, and we looked as if we're gaining a bit of momentum. But you've got to keep winning. But you can't just win a couple of games and say, "Oh, that's Rangers back." You've got to get a run of games, and the run of games should have been for now to the next Old Firm game, and we've dropped again, and that's 9 points since Christmas. That ain't good enough. It isn't. And if we lose the league, you'll look back in the last month and say that's where we lost it. We've been here again before, and we're going round the block, and we'll go round again. But Rangers need to win games from now until that Old Firm game if they want to secure this title.
100% agreed. But the margin of error right now is non-existent anymore, because we've managed to drop the points. It's over to Rangers now. It really is. They have to really do some sort of performance, some sort of consistency ahead. And we have been great. The 3 games since the Old Firm have been brilliant. The game, I mean, again, Dortmund as well, but this was a different beast. We knew it was going to be a different beast. And yeah, it's disappointing just now. I do believe Celtic will drop points. and I'm not against Rangers, but I also think we are going to drop points right now. That's how little confidence I have in Rangers, especially away at kind of tougher grounds. I just, for whatever reason, we're just not managing to get these results over the line when we really, really need to. And yeah, dropping that amount of points away from home isn't good enough. It just isn't good enough. No matter what way you look at it, no matter, even if we dominated that game, you can't lack the effort of the players today. You really can't. But that only gets you so far. You have to force the issue. You have to take responsibility and win these games and defend corners, man. It's not hard to ask just to defend a corner. It's not a difficult thing. Anyway, can you pick a man of the match, Ali, from the Rangers team today? Well, you can give it a Dundee United play if you want.
Seagrass, the goalkeeper. Probably Ryan Kent. To me, I wanted Ryan Kent in the ball as much as possible today because he was the only guy that was creating anything and was going to create anything. Dundee United were just, I mean, that kind of summed it up when he spun that guy and the guy tried to take his shirt off, and that kind of summed it up. But Ryan Kent for me was a guy in the park that was always trying to make something happen. And it would have to be Ryan Kent.
Yeah, Ryan, I've actually forgot that we didn't really speak about Alfredo today. He wasn't particularly great. I don't think his service was particularly great either, though. So it was kind of the lack of the cutting edge wasn't ideal, but he probably should have scored. I think he was unlucky not to score. Not particularly poor from him. But again, he's going to have these days. Every striker does, but he wasn't great. But can you pick a man of the match?
Yeah, Alfredo's going to get it in the neck from somebody. He always does when Rangers don't win. He's a striker. And he got no service today, and that's the way I'll look at it with Alfie's contribution today. My man of the match is Ryan Kent as well. I thought Ryan Kent was absolutely on it once again, which is great to see. And hopefully he continues that form, followed very closely by Calvin Bassey, who is a positive and is our left back now. And I hope Bourne is watching that because that's how you play left back for me. He was a positive defensively and offensively, and I thought he was great today as well.
Yeah, I thought he was solid as well. I thought Lundstrom and Jack did their job as best they could in the middle of the park. Maybe a few things not really coming off for them. The way Dundee United were defending didn't help matters. We were trying to make forward passes, but it's not Dundee United's fault. It's Rangers' fault for not finding a way to break them down. So yeah, I'll give it Ryan Kent as well. A disappointing day, not the result that we were hoping for. We'll need to. And there's going to be a lot of knee-jerk reaction to this. There always is when stuff like this happens. So you're going to hear all sorts of stuff. But yeah, Rangers really need to do something to rectify this poor away form in the league because it's not good enough. And yes, the margin for error now is tiny. It's no longer big. So I need to buck up our ideas soon. Ali, never good doing these pods, mate, but thank you for your time and your hungover state, mate.
I know it's not great doing a podcast after a result, especially after the high of Dortmund. I did say to Gordon Smith off camera yesterday, I said it would just be Rangers to go for the high of Dortmund to kick us right in the balls and bring us right down. So there it is. Thanks very much, Rangers, for kicking me right in the balls. So
I know, mate. I know. It is. We should have all known, really, that this was going to happen. Yeah. Ryan, thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, boys. Onwards and upwards. We've got this game during the week to look forward to. I know it's hard to think about that just now, but we will be buzzing for it, I'm sure, come maybe tomorrow, maybe not today, but come tomorrow, we'll be looking forward to it. And listen, if we need to just win the Europa League to get through to the Champions League, then let's do it.
Aye, well, might as well. God, but that's never mind. We'll get into all that. Oh, look, it is what it is today. Not good enough at all. So we will be back on Tuesday with a Club Deck Corner. We will look ahead. We will regroup, and we'll look ahead to the game on Thursday night. A massive game at Ibrox against Borussia Dortmund. So not our day today, but we need to bounce back. So it's over Rangers to do so. So thank you for listening to us. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast, and I'll speak to you all next time. Cheers.